What's going on, guys? Ronald here. Today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of pre-construction versus resale. So let's get started. I'm going to start off by going over the pros of pre-construction. The first one is you don't need to make mortgage, principal and interest, taxes, maintenance, and utilities payments right now. You make all these payments after closing. And here are just some random examples. This is called Viewpoint Condos. I have another video on this channel. Closes in summer 2028. So you can be a real estate investor right now and not have to pay all those fees. By investor, I say that because many times on closing, the property value would have went up. So for example, say you're buying one of these units here, 584K today. In 2028, it's not crazy to say that it's going to be worth $700,000. And all you had to do was put down the money without paying interest. Okay. So another thing is you don't need to qualify for a mortgage right now. As right now, the stress test is 2% plus the current rate, so that's 7.5%. Okay, and pre-approval for many of my buyer clients is really low. And yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to buy like only a $400,000 property, but now you can get a pre-con of like 600,000, and in the future, in 2028, you expect your income to be better, you expect to have more down payment, then you can technically buy a more expensive property right now. You just can't live in it right now. And another thing is you can live in a brand new building, luxury feeling. You get the latest smart home stuff like, Wi-Fi temperature control. Sometimes in each separate room, you can have different humidity and temperature depending on the building. You get like different security things like, um, I believe sometimes you have like a video in your room. You can you know, see the whole lobby and let people in remotely through your phone, stuff like that. And then there's less worry of a special assessment. I had a client recently buy a really old building and they were hit with a special assessment because the building is really old. So that's sometimes a worry. A newer building generally will have less issues for the. Okay, now let's go to the cons of pre-construction. It has a higher closing costs. Okay, so let me show you guys here. This is a design district in Hamilton. Um, so closing costs, people say it's 5 to 7% of the purchase price. So let's say it's a $600,000 unit. You can expect to pay around 30,000 in closing costs. That stuff would be land transfer tax, this, buyer fees, okay, and different costs like these things here. You can read it, okay. While resale property is only 1.5 to 4%. If you're a first-time home buyer buying cheaper property, it'll be closer to 1.5%. If you are not a first-time home buyer and buying inside Toronto with the higher land transfer tax, you can expect 4%. Okay. So another con of pre-construction, you can Google this, but some pre-construction don't get finished. Builder gets into trouble. They take years to get back their deposit with no interest usually. And sometimes this is rare, but they don't even ever get it back. But usually they'll sue for it and it's really annoying. So that's one big risk. So it's important to look at the builder's reputation. So one con, even though you don't need to pay the mortgage now, you don't get to live somewhere now. What if you're renting right now and you don't want to keep renting? Then pre-con is not for you. If you are a landlord, investor, you want to receive rental income right now, you won't get it because you don't have a unit to rent out. So that's another con. Uh, Another con is unlike resale, where what you see is what you get, no surprises. For pre-con, you might, the visualization might be super nice, but the actual thing is really bad. It's possible because it's not built yet, right? And of course, they're going to visualize it nicer. But from what I've seen, the pre-con recently in Toronto have been really nice. They're doing a pretty good job, but it's never guaranteed. So another con is higher dollar per square foot, but it's nicer and newer per square foot. So here's an example of a design district in Hamilton, it's around $1,000 per square foot. And downtown Toronto is around 1,400 a square foot. Here's another one. View Point in Pickering, around 1,000 per square foot. And here's one. This is my listing here. We actually just sold this for 365. Okay, 365, and the square footage is around 700. So let's see how much per square foot. 521. So resale has better dollar per square foot. But as you can see, this is an older building. It's from the 70s. I hired someone to take these photos, but you see there's parts of it, and you're just living in an older building with older amenities, older style. Pros and cons, right? Finally, one con. Sorry, this should be a pro. It has Tarion Warranty. Tarion Warranty, you can look this up. It's a 7-year warranty on anything that's built in Ontario. So if there's any major issues, you cover it under warranty. Okay. So after reading these pros and cons, leave in the message below the comments or message me on if which one's right for you. Do you like resale or do you like, or would pre-construction be better for you? I have some clients who say, "Oh, I don't have a house now. Rents are so high. I, I really don't want to be a tenant anymore because maybe they had bad experience with landlords, and this is just, they just don't want to be a tenant anymore because they keep getting kicked out. They get treated badly by landlords. Then pre-construction might not be for you because you have to wait till it finishes. And for someone who doesn't really qualify for a mortgage right now, but doesn't want to get priced out of the market, maybe at 2028, prices are even higher. By buying a pre-con, you're locking in today's prices. Yeah, maybe someone and maybe that person could live at home for now or just rent for now. Maybe they don't mind renting for now, but they eventually want to be a homeowner. Someone else who might want to get a pre-construction is someone who potentially has a lot of cash, but not a lot of income. So they can just use the cash to invest in a down payment, and they just can't get a mortgage right now. Yeah, let me know your situation and which one's better for you. And it's interesting. Well, it also depends on your style. Some people don't care about new shiny marble, the latest finishings. Let me just give you guys a example. See, this is going to be design district. Some people just like, oh, I have to live in a place like this. It's so modern and so clean. You know, then that would be for you. So yeah. So let me know what you think, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care.